before we jump into this third, yes, number 3 story time, as I promised you guys, I'm gonna give you.
I'm a real one, my day ones. Try to speak up, can't say none. Try to dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money, then save up. 10 to 80, my save ones. Take to the top on the base one. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish.
What is up, Innovation family? How's everybody doing? It's me, Brandon, your host, your neighbor, your friend, back again for another video from Innovation Property Atlanta. So before we jump into this third, yes, number 3 story time, as I promised you guys, I'm gonna give you a story every week on what goes on in the land of Turo. Remember to like this video, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that notification button for me. Story time number 3, guys. So this one's gonna involve the 2016 blue Corvette Stingray, excuse me, which is no longer in the fleet, was in a car accident the beginning of this year. So the car is no longer with me. I actually just sold it over the weekend here as it was sitting in my garage, where I was able to finally get it sold. But story time on the blue Corvette. This happened about 2 years ago now, give or take. So long story short, client ran the vehicle. She actually was a repeat client too. So she did pretty good the previous times when she ran my vehicle. This time, she chose to rent the Corvette for somebody else, and that somebody being her boyfriend. So for you guys that don't do Turo, don't know anything about Turo, this happens a lot in the Turo business, and probably in rental car business as a whole, where people rent cars for other people, and it never ends good most of the time when they get caught. So just be prepared for this to happen to you also too. If you got your cars on the platform, they'll use their girlfriend, use their wife, use their baby mama, they'll use grandma, they'll use their auntie, whoever, who has good, driving history and get approved to the Turo platform. So the lady will come pick the car up for him, but usually it's gonna be the dude driving it most of the time. He's not added as a driver on the reservation. So in this situation, same thing happened to this lady. She went ahead and got the blue Camaro or blue Corvette for her boyfriend. He got arrested. You know it has to also include the authorities and getting arrested. So my guy got arrested in North Carolina, a little bit outside of Charlotte, which is probably about a 3.5 hour drive. So this car, the blue Corvette, actually was in my wife's name and not my personal name. So I also had to tag her along in this situation because the guy got arrested, but the car also got impounded. And you got something about being impounded. You got to hit the person with you. Every state is different, or every city is different when it comes to impound rules. But in this case, my wife had to come also since the car was in her name and not mine. So we had to basically clear up one free day to go get the car. Luckily, the car was fine, no damage, nothing like that. But we had to go to a small little hick town in North Carolina, about 30 minutes outside of Charlotte, to get the car. And on top of that, my wife had to drive the car back, which is about a 3.5 hour drive. So she really didn't want to do that at all, but thank you, baby. But it is what it is. So long story short, we get to Little Hicktown, North Carolina, and the car was impounded. I guess he had a DUI or some type of offense. And in this city or town, the law is a little bit different here in Georgia. So we had to go to the courthouse, talk to the police officer about getting the release for the vehicle first before we can go to the impound yard to get it out. So we had to go to the courthouse, talk to the police officer, went to a couple places. At first, they weren't going to let the car get released. Second place he went to, and second officer we talked to was a nice guy. He was able to get the car released, take care of it. We were able to get back on our way. So overall, it took probably about, from the time it took about 3.5 hours to drive to Charlotte. We were there for about outside of Charlotte. We were there for about 2.5, 3 hours. So another 3 hours of being in this little small hick town. I finally get the car impounded or released so my wife can drive back to Atlanta. So overall, it's about a 9 hour, 10 hour day just to get the car back. Like I said, with no damage to it, but just, again, giving you guys the good, bad, and ugly when it comes to Turo and how this works. These will happen when people go out of state and there's different laws, different rules for every state you go to. So in this case, we got the car back. It was impounded. The police officer was nice enough to release it. And now he did it, worked his magic. Well, for him, he probably would still be sitting in the impound lot today. So thank you, sir, for watching the video, which I'm sure you're probably not, but he was a big help. But so story time number 3, guys, the blue Corvette happens in the Turo world. So get prepared for it. So you guys have a good day. Appreciate it. do appreciate it. And for the people that haven't gotten it or on the fence of buying it, now it's time to buy it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do a half off promotion for the rest of the month. Give you 50% off the course for those who kind of on the fence or didn't have the money available to buy it. Now, hopefully it's going to be a lot cheaper.